Hello and welcome to my first video here at Computex Sweden. My name is Fredrik Alm and I have recently created this channel to provide you with various tutorials in computer and network security. Today in my first video I'm going to show you how to hack an encrypted wireless network. Here is what you need to hack a wireless network. A PC running a Linux kernel like Ubuntu or Backtrack with a compatible Wi-Fi device installed. If you don't have a Linux kernel operating system on your computer, you can download a free copy of Backtrack from their website and burn it on a CD. You can then run the OS directly from the disk without even touching your hard drive in the computer with the existing OS, like Windows. When completed these requirements, you need to have a target for the hack. A Wi-Fi station, like a wireless router in your home. Note, if attacking an authorized network without permission, you may get into trouble, so do so at your own risk. Okay, let's get started. This is my desktop. I'm running Ubuntu 10.04. But I recommend using the Backtrack 4 final release to save you both installation and configuration time. The first thing we need to do is to prepare our Wi-Fi device for an attack. So let's begin by opening a terminal window. Now, if you're running a live CD of Backtrack, you are already logged in as root, so this following step is not necessary for you. If you're not logged in as root, like me, then type sudo space -s and then type your user password if required. So now when we are en route, we can begin. Let's check the status of a Wi-Fi device by typing iwconfig. Here is the list of my installed Wi-Fi devices. As you can see, I'm having an active device called WLAN0. This is our device that we are going to use. So let's prepare it. So now we have to turn off the monitor mode on our Wi-Fi device. To do this, type airmon-ng space stop and then our Wi-Fi device, in my case WLAN0. When the monitor mode is disabled, we can go ahead to make our computer more anonymous by faking it's a MAC address. A MAC address is a physical individual network address that can be traced. To fake your MAC address, type macchanger space --mac space and then an optional MAC address. For instance, I'm going to choose 001122334466 and then WLAN0. As you can see, the computer has now temporarily changed the MAC address on my Wi-Fi device. So when we're done, we can now enable the monitor mode again. To do this, type airmon-ng space start space WLAN0. So when that's done, we have now completed the first step in this tutorial. Now we are going to perform a WEP crack. First, we need to discover our target network. Open a terminal and make sure you are the root. Then type aerodump-ng space WLAN0. This will show all the active Wi-Fi stations nearby. It also displays their MAC addresses, their active channels, encryption, etc. etc. When discovered your network, hit Ctrl+C to stop the discovery and then open a new terminal. Now we are going to capture some packets from our wireless network. Make sure you are the root and then type aerodump-ng space -c and then the wireless network's channel displayed in the first terminal, in this case 8. When the channel is set, type -w space and then the name of the file where the captured data will be saved. I will name it WEP capture. Now type --bssid space and then the network's address. This address is also found in the first terminal under BSSID. At last, type your device name, in my case WLAN0. This will now capture data from the wireless network. To speed this process up, open a new terminal window and log in as root. Now type airplay-ng space -3 space -b space and then again your wireless BSS ID. Now we're going to type -h space and then our fake MAC address we configured in the first part of the tutorial. After completing this, let's end our command with the device WLAN0. If this error occurs to you, saying your device is listening on a different channel, then just retype the command by pressing the up key and hit enter. Now you can see the capturing speeding up. What it also does is to capture RIP requests from the network. These can be very useful for the computer when we are going to crack the encryption. Now leave the computer for a couple of minutes to collect its data. I recommend capturing at least 200,000 packets and at least 500 RPEs. Here's my progress after 30 minutes of capturing. This is quite enough, so let's abort the capturing and begin with the cracking process. Okay, now when we got some encrypted data from the network, let's try to decrypt it and find out the wireless network password. First off, type aircrack-ng space --BSS ID space and then your network's BSS ID. Now we need to type the name of the file where the captured data has been saved. To find out the complete name, head over to the other terminal and type ls. This will display all the files and folders in the root directory. The data has been stored in the wepcapture-01.cap. So copy this name and paste it into the aircrack command. Finally, hit enter. The computer will now try to decrypt the data, and if successful, it will show you the password of the network. And now it's done. The computer has now successfully decrypted the key, and we can now use it to access the wireless network. Okay, now we're going to crack a WPA encryption. Open a terminal, make sure you are the root, and again type aerodump-ng space WLAN0 to discover the network. When this is done and we have discovered our network, we are going to do another similar data capture. So open a new terminal and make sure you are the root. Now type aerodump-ng space -c space and our wireless channel, which in this case is now 6. Then press space -w and then the name of the file where the captured data will be saved. I will name it WPA capture. After this, type --BSS ID space and your network's BSS ID. At last, type your Wi-Fi device, in my case WLAN0. Instead of capturing an amount of packages and data, we're only after a so-called VPA handshake. This can be captured while a computer connects to the network. So let's open a new terminal. Log in as root and then type airplay-ng space -0 space 15 space -a space and your network BSS ID, and at last your Wi-Fi device WLAN0. This will send out a de-auth broadcast that will disconnect all the clients on the network. If you look at the right terminal, you can now see we got a VPA handshake. So let's close all terminals and begin with the cracking process. Okay, now make sure you are the root and then type ls to see all the files in the root folder and to see what name the capture file has. Okay, now type aircrack-ng space the name of your captured file space -w and then the path to your word list that you have to use when you brute force this. Finally, hit enter. Aircrack will now search for a matching password in the word list. If not found, then you have to try another word list. And now it's done. The computer has now successfully decrypted the key, and we can now use it to access the wireless network. If you like this video and want to see more of me, please subscribe. I'm Fredrik Alm, here from Computex Sweden.